Welcome to today's math lesson. My name is Mr. Williams, and here is the agenda for today. Okay, so today we're going to look at solving equations with variables on both sides. The essential question for the day is, how do you use inverse operations to solve equations with variables on both sides? So on your worksheet, I want you to go ahead and take a look at the do now. I'm going to give you 2 to 3 minutes to complete the do now. Let's go through the problem together. Megan solved the equation 5x plus 6 equal 2x plus 30 and found that x equal 5. Determine and state if Megan's solution is correct. What did you get? Let's go through this. What can we do to determine if she's correct? Very good. I like what I'm hearing. So somebody said what we can do is to evaluate the equation for x when x equals 5. Okay? How do we do that? We're just going to substitute, replace the x for 5. Wherever we see x, we're going to substitute it for 5. Okay? So let's go ahead and do this. There's an x. Okay? Put it in parentheses. Equals 2. Here's another x. 5. Okay, so let's simplify this. 5 times 5 gives us 25 plus 6 is equal to 2 times 5. That is 10 plus 30. So ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing is similar to what you did when you check the solution for your equation. So let's simplify this. 25 plus 6, very good, 31. Now 10 plus 30, that is 40. Ladies and gentlemen, was she correct? No. Why? Because 31 does not equal to 40. Let's move on. We're going to review our mathematical operations. We have addition, right? Subtraction, multiplication, and division. So 4 mathematical operations. Okay? So, somebody tell me, what do we mean by inverse? I'm just writing down, I'm just drawing the mathematical sign we use to represent each operation here. What do we mean by inverse? Very good. It means the opposite of something. Tell me, what is the inverse of addition? Subtraction. All right. What is the inverse of subtraction? Addition. So I'm only going to write the sign, okay? Let's move on to the third one. Somebody else. Very good. Division. There you go. Wonderful. Last one. What is the inverse? Multiplication. Very good. So ladies and gentlemen, as we look at our first example together, right? You're going to notice, you're going to see why this is important. Okay, so now let's move on. Again, how do you use inverse operations to solve equations with variables on both sides? So here's what I want you to do, boys and girls. Whatever I do, I want you to do the same thing. Okay, so we have our problem here. 5x plus 6 equals 2x plus 30, and we have the steps here. Okay, we need to solve for the variable x. So now what I like to do is just to rewrite this equation so I have enough space to work with. Okay, right. Step number 1, identify the like terms. So we're going to go ahead and identify the like terms. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have any like terms in this equation? Similar terms, same thing. Very good. So if you look carefully, we have here 5x. See the variable? We have the variable x with a coefficient of 5. Coefficient is the number before the variable. Very good. Another one. Yes. Another variable. Another like term. 2x. Do we have any other like terms? Yes, we have the constant of 6. And we have another constant 30. Let's put a check mark. We just did step number 1. Let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 says move the variables to one side of the equation by applying the inverse of addition or subtraction. So remember, an equation has two sides. Left of the equal sign, all right, that's the left side. To the right, this is the right side. So now for step 2, what we're going to do is we're going to move any term with the variable x from the right side of the equation to the left side of the equation. So we have 2x. What we're going to do now, step number 1, right? What we need to do, rather, is to identify the operation here. Is it addition or subtraction? It's addition. Very good. So what is the inverse of addition? Very good. Subtraction. So we're going to go ahead and subtract 2x. Remember, whatever we do on one side of the equation, we have to do the same on the other side. Okay, go ahead and do that with me. All right, now let's simplify. So 2x minus 2x cancels out. Let's draw a line through it. Okay, 5x minus 2x, just look at the coefficients, okay? Subtract the coefficient. 5 minus 2 gives us 3. The variable stays the same. Very good. Let us bring down what we have remaining. Okay, we have plus 6. Okay, bring that down. Equals, bring this down. We have 30. So that is step number 2. Step number 3, we're going to move the constants to the other side of the equation by applying the inverse of addition or subtraction. So now look at the constant 6. What is the operation? Is it addition or subtraction? It's addition. So what is the inverse of addition? So we're going to subtract 6, right, on both sides of the equation. Go ahead and do that. Very good. So now simplify. 6 minus 6 cancels out. Okay. 30 minus 6, we're left with 24. Okay. Just bring down what we have remaining. 3x, okay, is equal to 24. So we did step number 3. Go ahead, put a check mark on step number 3. Let's move on to step, okay? Step number 4 says simplify by using the inverse of multiplication or division. So we have here 3x is equal to 24. Now, look at 3x. What is the operation here? 3x, ladies and gentlemen, is the same as 3 times x. 3 multiplied by x is the same thing. So what is the operation? The operation is multiplication. So what is the inverse of multiplication? Division. Very good. So what we're going to do now, we're going to divide by the coefficient, because again, our goal here is to isolate the variable x. What do we mean by isolate? We want to get x by itself. Okay, x doesn't like company in this case. So now we're going to divide by the coefficient 3. Whatever we do on one side, very good, we do on the other side. Okay, 3 divided by 3, we're left with x is equal to 24 divided by 3 gives us 8. Very good. Very good. Okay. Put a check mark for step number 4. Any question? So let's move on. So here's what I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to go ahead and try this one. Okay? Try this problem. You're going to go ahead and solve the equation below. Please show each step. I'm going to give you at least 3 minutes to complete the problem. Okay, go ahead. So let's go through this, right? Step number 1, identify the terms. So we have a variable here, x, 7x, and 2x. Then we have a constant of 5, constant of 25. Move on to step number 2 now. Our goal is to move the variables from the variables to one side of the equation. So how do we move this term, this variable 2x, this term 2x from the right side of the equation to the left side. Very good. We apply the inverse of addition, right? So we're going to subtract 2x on both sides of the equation. Very good. Okay. Draw a line through to 2x minus 2x. Now 7x minus 2x, 5x, right? Bring down, what do we have remaining? Plus 5. Don't forget the equal sign. Bring down what we have left, 25. Very good. So now move on to the next step. We want to move the constant to the right side of the equation. What is the operation for the constant? What is the inverse? Subtraction. So we're going to subtract 5 on both sides of the equation. Very good, ladies and gentlemen. It's equal to 25 minus 5 gives us 20. So now we're on to our last step. What is the operation for 5x? Multiplication. What is the inverse? Very good. So we're going to divide by 5. Very good. Left with x is equal to 4. Good job. X is equal to 4. So let's move on. I'm going to give you at least 5 to 7 minutes, okay, to complete 3 problems on the board. Let's go through it. We have 9x and we have 2x. We have a constant 32 and 4. So now we're going to get the variable on one side of the equation, on the left side. Very good. So what is the operation here? We're going to move the 2x, inverse, right? Subtract 2x on both sides of the equation. Very good. Okay. So 9x minus 2x, 7x. Okay, bring down what we have remaining. 4 is equal to 32. Very good. So now, we want to move the constant 4. Remember, x doesn't like company. We want to isolate the x. What is the well, very good. Addition. What is the inverse of addition? Subtraction. Very good. Subtract 4 on both sides of the equation. Draw a line through that. Bring down what's left. 7x, right, is equal to 32 minus 4. 28. Very good. Last step. Divide by the coefficient of 7 on both sides. Okay. X is equal to 4. Good job. Okay, everybody got it. I like that. Very good. Very good. Let's move on to the second one. All right, we're going to move all the variables to one side, in the left side of the equation in this case, okay? And we're going to move the constants to the right side. All right. Very good. What's the inverse operation? We're going to subtract 2x on both sides. Very good. I like that. I like that. You all remember the steps. Very good. 6x minus 2x. Very good. I like the fact that you guys are using the steps. Okay. Very good. Bring down what's left. 7. What do I need to do next? Add 5 on both sides. Very good. I like that, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. Okay. Very good. Very good. For 4x is equal to, what do I need to do next? Divide by the coefficient 4. Very good. I like that. All right. X is equal to 3. Wonderful. Amazing job. All right, let's go through number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. Very good. I like that. Very good. You identify the variable. Okay? In this case, we have a k. What do I need to do now? Remember, k by itself is the same as 1k, but we don't need to write that, okay? All right, so we're going to subtract k. Okay. All right, so we just draw a line through this. Positive k minus k, 0, cancels out. All right, so now we have here negative 2k minus k. What do we get? Another way of doing this, we can rewrite it as negative 2k plus negative k. It's the same thing, okay? If you're confused, you can look at it this way. Negative 2k minus k, remember, gives us, very good, 3k. Bring down what we have left here. Very good, ladies and gentlemen. Bring down the negative 35. Whoa, very good. Subtract 10 on both sides. I like that. I like that. Wonderful, amazing job today, ladies and gentlemen. So negative 3k, bring it down, equals to negative 35 minus 10 gives us negative 45. So essentially we're adding two numbers with the same sign. Remember, we add both numbers and keep the sign. All right, what do I need to do next? Divide by the coefficient. What am I dividing by? Negative 3. Very good. I like that. Negative 3. Okay, go ahead. Then we have k is equal. We're left with k is equal. Remember, negative divided by negative gives us positive. So, the 15. Very good, ladies and gentlemen. So, k is equal to 15. Here's our last problem for the day. I want you to take 3 minutes to complete the exit ticket. When you're done, turn in your work.